More on that story and bring in Julie Rendelman. She's a criminal defense lawyer here in New York City. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
We were just actually, while the piece was going, we were talking about the jury note.
Sure.
You know, what do you make of that?
It's a bombshell, and quite frankly, I think that Harvey Weinstein cannot be sitting comfortably tonight. And I don't want to make any assumptions, you know, because I think when we talk about jury notes, we talk about reading tea leaves. But basically, what the jury note said is,
yeah, what's the bombshell?
The bombshell is. And I actually wrote it out. We, the jury, request to understand if we can be hung on counts 1 and 3, and/or 3, and unanimous on the other charges. Counts 1 and counts 3 are predatory sexual assault. The other counts are the lesser includeds. And so the reason that everyone's so wild about this specific jury note is many people are speculating that it means that the jury has found him guilty of at least one of the victims in this case, because there's really no other way to really read it. Now, we're all assuming that all the jurors wrote this note, and we're often wrong. There's many times it could be 1 juror, 10 jurors, but if all of them are writing this note, and if all of them believe that this is the actual charges and this is where they are, then Harvey Weinstein may be in some trouble.
Well, does that surprise you, though?
You know, it does, and I hate to say that I was the one in the beginning, and throughout, I've always felt that the prosecutor had an incredibly difficult road ahead of them, because the victims in this case were not the typical victims we think of when we think of rape. They were individuals that knew him and continued a relationship with him. And so I thought it was incredibly difficult for the jury to really understand that and understand what goes on in a woman's mind when they're raped, and they don't always handle things the way you expect them to.
Right, and you know, from your experience with these types of cases, there is that argument that, look, they're in shock. I mean, this is a man of power. This is someone who has a lot of control over their future, and
Sure.
So you are in a position, you're paralyzed.
Absolutely, and I think that's, but the problem is a case like this was pretty novel, especially for the Manhattan DA's office. We usually, when we think about a rape, we think about someone being thrown into a bush.
Right.
We never thought about a husband being able to rape a wife, or in this circumstance, you know, someone who had more power being able to take advantage, and that being a rape. And so it is a novel idea, and the idea, you know, look, the prosecutor put forth the best case they could. I didn't think it was the strongest case, but the jury is the one who's going to decide at the end how strong that case was.
So we're looking at Monday being day 5. Is that normal? Are we surprised by that? Is it taking long? Is it not taking long?
It's really not taking that long.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because it's been going on for 3 weeks. So we expect jurors to want to hear from witnesses they haven't heard for 3 weeks. And we expect them to take the time to review every piece of evidence to make sure they're making the right decision. So in a sense, I think they're taking just the right amount of time. If it stays a little longer, then obviously I'm going to come back and maybe say, taking longer than expected.
And we will talk again.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.